Hello, I'm Siamecat. Look at this. This should be turned into cinema.
The Mario movie as we know it today has been in production since as early as 2007, with little details about it being unleashed into the public every few years starting in 2017. That year, we learned that it was going to be animated and that Nintendo was partnering with Illumination to make it.
Alright, pack it up. Get up next time. I'm off to make my Siamecat disaster review next decade.
Yeah, that was a little concerning considering Illumination's track record of the M word, but Nintendo was said to be closely involved, so we remained optimistic. Skipping ahead to 2021, let me set the stage. There was a Nintendo Direct happening on a brisk September evening. Shigeru Miyamoto showed up to reveal the voice cast for the Mario movie, and for just a few days, this was the funniest image on the internet. You don't simply forget where you were and what you were doing when Chris Pratt was revealed to be voicing Mario. Really, this whole cast feels like a joke. Surely they wouldn't hire Hollywood actors to voice Mario characters, right? Jumping ahead a little bit though, the characters not having their original voice actors didn't bother me as much as I was expecting. Yes, even Mario. Charles Martinet will forever be the true voice of Mario to me, but Chris Pratt did a good job. Before that hilarity, the movie was said to release on December 21st, 2022. Then it was delayed to April 7th, 2023. Then anti-delayed to April 5th, 2023. We got our first trailer in October of 2022, and against all odds, it looked good. A few trailers later, and it finally released. Let's talk about it. The movie opens with Bowser and his army attacking the Ice Kingdom to steal a Power Star. I thought it was pretty odd that we see the penguins long before any Toad, but right away the music is incredible. There are so many great renditions of iconic songs, and even some relatively obscure songs. According to the composer Brian Tyler, there are over 130 musical references in the soundtrack, which means we are not even close to having found them all. Then we cut to a commercial for Mario & Luigi's new plumbing business, and the music is the opening to the Super Mario Bros. Super Show. But yeah, Mario and Luigi do in fact live in real-world Brooklyn.
Quick, hit the It's Not Canon button!
Apparently Mario and Luigi left Spike's company to start their own business, and Spike doesn't like it. Even Mario and Luigi's family tell them it was a bad idea. By the way, the Charles Martinet cameos are this Jumpman guy with the iconic voice and Mario's dad. The brothers do get a call, but they fail miserably, so Mario goes home and plays Kid Icarus. Yeah, the Brooklyn scenes have a lot of 80s Nintendo reference. Punch-Out, Duck Hunt, it's all there. Everything up to this point sets up the character development of Mario and Luigi are the strongest when they're together, so that will come into play later. Turns out there's a major flooding in Brooklyn, so the brothers, thinking it's their chance to save the day, rush into the sewers of Brooklyn. Then they see a warp pipe and oops, Mario's in the Mushroom Kingdom and Luigi's in the Darklands. The Brooklyn portion of the movie is obviously not my favorite, but it does a good job establishing everything you need to know about Mario and Luigi as characters. Oh yeah, and Luigi's ringtone is the GameCube startup theme. It was probably the only 2000s era reference in the Brooklyn portion. Still makes it my favorite. Mario is greeted by Toad in the Mushroom Kingdom, and right away, the environments are quite the spectacle. This part of the movie does a good job explaining to Mario and the viewers how the Mushroom Kingdom works. The scene with Toad guiding Mario through what looks to be Toad Town is just so good at its job. That being, painting a clear picture of what this world is like. Though I wish Toad stayed relevant to the plot throughout more of the movie, because this scene is really his only time to shine. Also, if you like references, not a minute goes by without something from really any point in Mario's history showing up.
Now that's what I call cinema.
Luigi lands in the Darklands, so we have a quick Luigi's Mansion-esque scene before he gets captured by Bowser. After Bowser gets all the information he can out of Luigi, he puts him in a cage over lava with some others, including the Penguin King and Luma Lee from Super Mario Galaxy. Wait, what? From the trailers, we were led to believe the appearance of a Luma meant that Mario Galaxy elements were actually going to play a role in the story. Turns out Luma Lee is just a throwaway joke character that's never explained, when he probably should have been. His outlook on life also reminds me of Galaxy 2's chances on Switch. Bowser's dynamic with his troops and Kamek is where most of the best jokes come from, mainly because the writing feels straight out of Paper Mario. He's portrayed as both intimidating and incompetent at the same time. His troops roast his plans to marry Peach that obviously won't work, so in return, Bowser roasts them back, but literally, since he's Bowser. Kamek dressing as Peach when Bowser's practicing his marriage proposal is also a great New Super Mario Bros. Wii reference. Also, Bowser sings.
We waited this long for the Mario movie, only for Toad not to sing.
After Peach explains her plan to get the help of the Kong army to stop Bowser, she meets Mario. Mario asks her to help find Luigi, so Peach agrees to train Mario so he can join her. And I Need a Hero plays. Yeah, the soundtrack was originally going to be just arrangements of Mario music, but someone must have decided, Mario needs more Take on Me. It doesn't ruin the movie or anything, but I Need a Hero is the only one that even remotely fits its scene, and even then, Shrek 2. After that, we get a montage of the adventure, which feels like a disservice to just skim over what you're going to be spending the most time doing in any Mario game, but oh well. We do get a short scene of Peach explaining that her earliest memory is just showing up on the Mushroom Kingdom one day, and that's a backstory that doesn't get explained further. The Jungle Kingdom scenes are great. There's Diddy Kong, Dixie Kong, and the Kong that can pick up boulders with relative ease. Also, Swanky Kong dies. Also, Funky Kong ultimately defeats Bowser on the Flame Runner.
I could be making all that up. Now you have to go see the movie to find out.
Cranky Kong agrees to give Peach his army if Mario can defeat his son Donkey Kong in combat, and this scene is incredible. You have all sorts of Mario and Donkey Kong references throughout. They fight on the girders from the arcade game, Mario uses the mini mushroom and cat suit, and Donkey Kong does his roll move and blows out a fire flower. Yeah, the blowing move from Donkey Kong Country Returns is in the movie. Don't question it. Enjoy it. Donkey Kong's personality is a little too far in the jock direction, but he's still pretty funny sometimes. After recruiting the Kong army, everyone hops in carts and gets on the way to surprise attack Bowser's castle, but Bowser is a step ahead and ambushes them from behind. And this is basically everything you could have asked for a Rainbow Road action sequence in a Mario movie. It's also cashing in on the best-selling Switch game. The blue shell doesn't target first place though. Mario and Donkey Kong fall into the ocean, get eaten by an eel, and use a rocket barrel to escape. What is it with the Returns references? Peach and Toad return to Toad Town to tell everyone to evacuate, and Bowser forces Peach into a wedding. I know it seems like I'm just skimming over things, but I'll explain why later. I'm not going to just list everything that happens in this next scene, but basically Peach uses an ice flower to halt the wedding, and Mario and Donkey Kong arrive to save the prisoners that were being lowered into the lava, including Luigi. Also, Mario gets the Tanuki suit. Also, now would be a good time to mention the action sequences are incredible. They feel like Mario games adapted into a film. Oh wait, that's what this is. Bowser launches a bonsai bill at Peach's castle, so Mario redirects it towards the pipe he came from, resulting in everyone being sucked into Brooklyn. Mario and Luigi have some admittedly underdeveloped, though still great character moments. Then they grab the Superstar and defeat Bowser. This scene was pure hype. Seeing those characters I've known my whole life put into this epic scene was an unforgettable experience. Oh yeah, there's the ending. Mario and Luigi live in the Mushroom Kingdom now. And to make it even better, Bowser gets fed a mini mushroom and turns tiny, which is a reference to high art in the form of a Wii game. And to make it even better, Gusty Garden plays in the credits. Okay, now you're just appealing to us 2000s kids specifically. The post-credit scene is a Yoshi egg. They showed Yoshi's for 2 seconds earlier in the film. I don't know what they're trying to tell us here. This movie is just so weird to talk about, because to most people it's probably pretty forgettable, but for Mario fans it's peak fiction. Okay, maybe not really. As a Mario fan it could have been better in many ways, but it also could have been so much worse. I think there is also a strong case to be made for saying, I acknowledge this has flaws, but it also does a great job appealing to me specifically, and that's okay. From the very beginning, we knew the people who were going to like this film the most were Mario fans. And okay, so obviously the biggest problem with this film is the story. But aren't Mario games plotless anyway? No, Mario games with good stories do exist. I think the Mario movie has all the essential elements for a good story, but it needed to be expanded upon for it to be actually good. If there were just another half hour, it could have been way better. Scenes like Mario and Donkey Kong and the eel talking about being disappointments to their fathers, Peach and Toad returning home, anything with Mario and Luigi, extend them. Also, I'm just really biased towards simple tongue-in-cheek stories anyway. A story doesn't have to be all that complicated or deep for me as long as it's a fun, memorable adventure. When I saw the first trailer, I said there were going to be things to like and not like about the movie. Turns out that's still my stance. I can tell this movie was made with passion and by legitimate Mario fans who looked at Super Mario Bros. And said, let's adapt this into a film. After all these years, we can finally say Mario has a good, even great film adaptation.
Turns out they made a prequel 30 years ago. I can't wait to see it.